Hey there, this is Malorian, and this will be a War Machine Battle Report. And what this is that we have a tournament coming up here in January, and we're just trying to practice up for it. It's 35 points, and what my brother here is running is he's running Kreoss, so kind of like the whole pop and drop thing. So he has a choir there in the back, he has the racks going around, he has two Reckoners, that other little Jack, Revenger, or whatever it is. Then he has his Knights Errant with UA, and then Rupert. Meanwhile, on my side, I'm deciding to go with eCaine. I'm running a Stormwall, a Sentinel. I have Alexia and her Risen, the Black 13th, and then the Rangers. I also have back there the Squire and also Reinhold. So the tournament's going to be a hardcore match. However, it's also going to be based off 42 minutes. So it's not time turns. You have 42 minutes for the whole thing. And for those who don't know, if you either get yourself kill boxed or if the opponent dominates the zone, you lose 5 boxes on your caster. So it kind of forces you to the center. Now, in this one here, I have to be very careful. It's kind of neat. It's kind of like this weird matchup because if I ever get line on Kreoss, he's dead. I'll just shoot him down. If I'm not careful, he'll just shoot me and kill me too. The big thing here is, with his feet, he can just knock me down and then just shoot me with all of his stuff. I actually have a nice little spell that says you can't knock me down, but he also has purification. So luckily with this list, I can hide behind the storm wall, but that's really all I got. So really the plan is to jump up, shoot down a lot of these errants, force him to kind of commit a bit, and then hopefully, I know he'll be saying I can't shoot his jacks, even though I can be shooting him with, eCaine if I really need to. In the end there, really kind of force his hand and try and smash up his jacks with the storm wall, and at some point get line onto his caster. But it's going to be kind of a dangerous dance. So I get first turn, I'm really just moving up. I put a spell up, but I really don't need True Sight. It was kind of more out of habit. Doesn't really matter anyway. Otherwise, things are just kind of moving up and putting up the pressure. On his side, he moves up. He has Defender's Ward up on the Errants, so that'll make them nice and annoying. And that's really it for his turn. Now, on my turn, this is where I thought I could really do a lot of damage to these Errants. So, I use Reinhold to get an extra shot. I take another focus from the Squire, and I jump up and I start shooting. But damn if I just could not roll to hit those stupid errants. I also had 2 focus onto the Stormwall, so he could do some boosted shots. But he also has them tough right now from the Piper, so he just kept on making his toughs, or I just was failing to hit. And so in the end, I didn't kill very much at all. So very disappointed with that. After that, of course, I just went behind the storm wall. I have the 2 cover fire templates up there. I have the pod that shot out that failed to kill the guy. I went up with Alexia and the Risen, made a Bane, threw him up there just to kind of get in the way, and that's really it. So on his turn, he comes up and he kills a lot of my Risen. Also kills all my Black 13th, and also kills one of my Rangers, and also that Bane that I made. So really, really hurt. All the little Risen and stuff, I don't really care too much about them, but losing the 13th, of course, hurts. And he has Kreoss hiding behind the Reckoner there, but I can't really get to him because even though you see there's a kind of a gap between the two. That's just because of the models. They actually are supposed to be base to base. So what I do is I try and really knock out his jacks because I figure if I can knock down his jacks, his threat is pretty much gone. So first of all, I go up and I shoot and I make sure to kill off that one errant who is in the way. Once that was done, I pop my feet and I use that to kill his light jack because that guy's really annoying. He shoots out those multiple long-range shots, and even though he's very inaccurate, if something's knocked down, he's going to crush it. So otherwise, I destroy that guy, charge in with the storm wall, really mess up the right Reckoner, and then do a big punch onto the left Reckoner too. So the light is gone. The 2 Reckoners are heavily damaged. I really didn't do too much to the other errants here, but I then ran up the Risen to tie them up and all that fun stuff. on his turn here, this is something I don't really think about, but even though this one guy is really messed up, the Black Reckoner, he still can do his power attacks, and so he just does a push and pushes the other Reckoner outside of the melee range of the Storm Wall. So that's not something I planned on. And then basically after that, he just has to pop feet, and the Reckoner comes over here. He also has a Vassal that I forgot to mention. And between those two shots, I mean, the knockdown, not only is he pretty much automatically hitting me, but all these guys don't block line of sight, and I go down. So, oh man, looking at this here, it's one of these things where I kind of went for it, and really looking back on it, it was really kind of dumb because even, let's say I did lock down the two Reckoners, his errants themselves, if he knocked my guys down, their little shots would be enough to take down eCaine. So it really wasn't a good move on my part. Either I needed to stay back another turn and just shoot down and try and do some more attrition, or something else that came up is that after we're talking about power attacks and him doing a push and all these things, you know what? The melee range of my power attacks is actually the 2 inches on the Colossals. So what I could have done is when I made this hole to get me there, I could have just slammed one of the Reckoners over Kreoss, knocking him down, and then Caine could have just shot him dead. But just one of those things I never really thought of. I mean, I thought the slam range would be half an inch, which wouldn't work. And yeah, that was it. But either way, for those watching, I really would like to know, looking at my list, what would you change if it really is as good as it can pretty much be to deal with the current meta. But either way, that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.